Hello, everybody. How we doing? Welcome to my Manic Mondays. It is Monday, and I'm your host, CJ Robles. Welcome. Let everybody come on in, check in. Got the sign-in sheet at the front. Don't feel bad. We start when we start. Hello, everybody. Man, I've had a busy couple of days. So yeah, I'm not running behind, just running on my own time. I have. Let's see. Oh, did I even do this right? Hold on. I totally forgot to check. Yeah, cool. All right. I had to move everything from the kitchen to the studio. Then I had to go back to the kitchen, then back to the studio. So now I have everything set back up. And yeah, I couldn't find anything to sip on in the fridge. That was kind of cool. So I'm going with the honest kids there. Max is donating to today's episode. Very good lemonade, which I will say, this is really hard to find when you see these in stock at your local groceries. I'd say get them. These are all natural. And but I'll say I noticed that when this flavor Berry Good Lemonade's in, it's in or it's not. Like it's a full shelf, like they just stocked it, or people are just buying it. But I understand why. This is really good. This is a really good drink. We buy 2 or 3 of the cases of this because this is a good stuff. Oh yeah, tastes really good. Kind of like I don't know. I don't really drink the apple juice here at the house. We do have a plethora of apple juice on tap, but it's okay. So we know what this show is about. CJ and his mental health show about movies. So let's talk about some movies. Oh, you know what? I hit the wrong thing. That's why. All right. So let's get started. So whoever's hanging out, and let's hang out. Let's talk about what's new. This is an interactive vlog, so feel free to vlog in or log in. All right. So what is? Man, I'm sorry. I'll just show you what I just finished right now because we all know about my boy. He's right in the middle. Alan Danziger, Chainsaw Jerry. He is doing an event on October 15th on Saturday in Buda, Texas, which is South Austin, basically. So he asked me to make him a flyer, so I had to whip something up for him. Had a couple hours I just donated. And here we go. Boom. October 15th, Buda, Texas. I didn't do too much research on the actual event, but it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's a pretty big event. And I think now the fandom or just horror conventions and whatnot, a lot of people like haunted houses. I still yet to have gone to a lot. I've been to a few ones here, where friends have asked me to go a couple years ago, but I haven't really gone to too many haunted houses. But yeah, so he's got this event coming up: 3 haunted houses, live music, Vegas style stage performance, and much more. But let's check it out real quick because I thought I'd share that with everybody because this is still kind of still connecting with movies a lot because this is where our fear and dreams we think of. So this is the event. So it's gonna be, I guess, 5 weekends. There we go. Yeah, because Halloween falls on a Monday this year, so it's kind of like Sunday's like Halloween Eve. So maybe do something. So this is at 14101 South Turnsville Road, Buda, Texas, 78610. On Friday, Saturdays, it's going to be 7:30 to 11, and then on Sundays to Thursdays, 7:30 through 10:30. Oh, it's an all-week event. Yeah, why wouldn't it be? Why would it be close? It's only around now. Bat City Scaregrounds is a fully immersed 15-acre entertainment complex dedicated to all things Halloween and horror. The price of one admission gets you 3 incredibly produced and terrifying haunted houses, Vegas-style stage performances, live music, seasonal treats and eats, and more. 3 horrifying attractions. You know what this kind of reminds me of? Doesn't this remind me of Terry Jarrell's movie, Harlow's Haunt? See? Things like, here we go. Oh, we got even we have here I guess a lineup. Probably Alan's name's probably in there. We'll find Chainsaw Jerry somewhere there. Yeah, but this is right up where we're looking for Harlow's Haunt. So it's pretty cool. We got to see what's going on. What's up, JW? How you doing, brother? I see the movie you are doing this week. That's a tearjerker for a Generation movie. They've had some good episodes, chock full of information there. But yeah, if y'all don't know, J.W. Caldwell is a member here at the Indie Skate Network. Check him out on Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard. He has Generation Movie. Him and Rich, I think was it Rich Driss? I'm sorry, I don't want to ruin your last name, Rich. But let's see, JW. Dark Kids film from the 80s or your jabs too. Oh, damn, he's not lying, man. There we go. There we are, man. That's dark film. Like, this is a dark animated movie from the 80s. And he's doing Rich Dries. Yeah. I don't want to, I got the double E's, my Spanish kicks in. I got to use that excuse all my life. Yeah, Transformers, 1986, the movie. I'd say check it out. Let's see. What are we? Oh, because they're doing, I want to make sure. Let me see. Oh, I got so many things. So many windows open. Oh, that's what I found out. I set so many windows open so I could get this episode more fluid, and I'm just backtracking again. Anyways, we'll get back to it. What was I going to say? All right. Well, I have some good news this morning. Remember this episode? Yes. The Secret of Nim. This is, I don't know. I'd say, I think it's a Spielberg movie, if I'm not mistaken. Was it like 82? Let's just look it up real quick. Why am I making all this stuff up in my head? Let's go real quick. Let's see. Because the movies we're doing for Side by Side this week, I think those are going to be pretty drama heavy. And I got to say that, 1982. So there we go. Let's get up in here. This is one thing I love about having Don Bluth. This is a good thing about having an interactive show. You can bring your guests where you want to go, and where you go. Here we go. The Secret of Nim, 1982, rated G, and that's a rated G. Oh yeah, remember there was this before the PG-13 because it was G or rated R. 1 hour 22 minutes. Animation adventure drama. To save her ill son, a field mouse must seek the aid of a colony of rats with whom she has a deeper link than she suspected. Don Bluth, director. Writers are Robert C. O'Brien from the first novel and The Rats of Nim, Don Bluth's story adaptation, and John Pomeroy, the story adaptation. Stars Elizabeth Hartman, Derek Colby, and Dom DeLuise. I love a good Dom DeLuise voice acting, man. He really brings it for me on a lot of it when he does his characters. But yeah, this movie is like we were talking about dark movie from the 80s. This is a little good one. You gotta watch it. This is a good one. But they're doing, and it's available on Pluto TV right now. So go give Pluto a shot. But speaking about movies, remember a couple of weeks ago I did the show card where I was talking about about a month ago. I was just talking about the movies I was producing. I was helping not produce, but you go do the Indiegogo. We got this crowd the fun. We have that, and that show, and I kind of starting to learn more about how to be a producer, how to be through this whole show and through the people, through the network, through everything. So I'm grateful for it. I'm starting to learn more or less how to guide my career and where I want to go and what I want to do and how I want to kind of figure this whole thing out. And it's great. Like, I mean, even for people who are checking in on me on Monday nights, I mean, I'm going to be here every Monday night because this is what I do. This is the vlog. This is I get to show you what I've been up to. And this also helps me stay in check. And I'm using this more also as my schedule because, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I kind of feel like I'm in a loop sometimes where I know it's Monday or I know it's Sunday. And then, just prior to football makes it a little bit easier because I kind of could look at a game and be like, oh, I know what day it is. But prior to football season, I would kind of feel like I was like Groundhog's Day in it, where it was just kind of the same day, really just trying to figure it out. But and like when you work in the morning, you work at night, like I do. I was having trouble like just remembering stuff at night because I was exhausted or tired, or even wake up early in the morning to do work. I was just kind of losing my train of thought. The show has kind of it's been keeping me on check because it's Monday. Get your stuff together. Let's go. And if you haven't been busy, you have nothing to report basically to people out there to show them how you're doing and where you're at state of mind wise. But remember, I got I signed up to be an associate producer. That's a small little credit to help these independent movies. If I'm not making movies right now, I'll help out. It's not very expensive. The Evil 3, CJ Vecchio's movie. that he's filming right now. They just got on their first day of shooting, and I really do like his whole experience of how he's been doing this Indiegogo. He's very interactive with the producers. He shares a lot of things with the producers ahead of time, and you're actually part of the movie. He gives you options like what mask are they going to use, what character who's going to survive, or who it's pretty cool. I just gotta I got a thing I got to do. I don't know if I want to give it away yet. I don't know if he's talking about it yet. I haven't paid attention, but there's a thing you got as associate producer you have to do for the actual movie. It's pretty cool. And then I found another movie because I never realized that I just like movies. Like, I mean, I know that much about me, but I didn't realize that I watched a lot of horror movies growing up. It's not like I'm like, oh, I love horror movies. I do love them, but I watch anything really. And as I've gotten older, I've narrowed it down more or less what stays with me, what I have playing in the background or whatnot. But I do love me some horror movies. So this other movie I found on Indiegogo it's called Killer Campout 2. It's a modern day telling of 80s horror movie, and this is the sequel. So they're doing finishing production on that movie. So that's already been shot. So they're just getting ready to release it in 2023. I like that I'm part of this thing in the sense that like just a little speck, just a little help, because it's like, I go to Texas Frightmare, even though this year the 2023 Texas Frightmare is moving to a different location, the Irving Center. But the hotel when the Texas Frightmare was at the hotel at the airport, I believe the Marriott, it was awesome. That was a cool little experience. I got to go 3 of them out of the 15 or 16 I believe they had. But just getting to run around with people that love horror movies, that love just cinema, animation, anime, anything like that. It's really awesome, and it's led me to just kind of venture off on my own. I don't know who's in this movie. I don't know who's making it, but it was on Indiegogo. It said, "Hey, we're gonna give you IMDb credit," and we'll do it. So that's what kind of I was enjoying about that was the IMDb credit, because now when you go to mine, because I'm trying to update mine, but I don't know why I have to go around loops and bells and whistles to post. So I don't really have a lot of things. Oh, my ranking. Where's my ranking? Oh, I've gone down. I'm 270,216 this week. So IMDb, the International Movie Database. So if you go down there, look, you got the Indie Escape Network. So that's the that we're the show we're on right now, the network. And then I got the Evil 3, and I have Killer Campout Part 2, and I'm still working on my movie Tacos Burritos. Just letting that one just simmer a little bit. I got to cook the meat a little bit more on that one. But I need to make a thumbnail for it because it needs it. But other than that, my IMDb is pretty. I don't have any of my acting stuff on there, so I need to put it up. I did try to put some of my acting stuff like a year or two ago, and I don't know what happened. Like I had to file for something, or I don't know how easy or hard it is, but they didn't let it stick. So I have to go back and see what to do. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Producer, actor, writer, and but I want to share that because, like I said, you meet people through just conventions or going through events or movies, and just I don't know. Y'all have common things and that we share. And because of Clerks 3, I got to meet a gentleman named Ryan James, who's an actor, and he was at the premiere, and he was talking to me about his movie coming out called Area 5150. And he's got this movie coming out, so I was going to say, let's pick at this one real quick, because they got an Indiegogo going on right now, which is going on for their extended. They've been hitting their goals, so they had I believe a 10,000, and then they hit it. They went 15,000, and they hit it, and now they're doing their 25,000 stretch goal because they hit the 20,000. They hit the 20,000 mark, so now they're doing the 25,000 stretch goal. So that's cool. These, you pay a little bit of money and you're helping, you're donating to filmmakers to help them get where they need to get and see what they're doing. Or I mean, the cool thing is, like, as a producer, you definitely get a lot of feedback. You get a lot of things. The Killer Campout movie's already been made, so it's just getting, like, I guess for distribution money, for maybe post editing, maybe for this is what I don't know. I'm thinking this is what I'm preparing myself for. I'm thinking maybe entry fees for film festivals, because even though you don't get selected, you still have to pay for the entry fees. I mean, you still have to get your movie in to get denied. We have that going, and then but this one, Area 5150. Where's my? Oh, here we go. Let's check it out real quick. So that, like I said, this one still has its Indiegogo going on, but it's Area 5150 horror. An alien obsessed podcaster and his friends travel to Area 51 and find themselves on the run and on the menu in a deadly no man's land outside the base. Director Sean Hates, writers Mark Crurelli and Sean Hates. Stars Felicity Rose, Sean C. Phillips, and Jed Rowan. And we all know Felicity Rose from a Sleepaway Camp, but which is also like Killer Camp Out. It's cool. Camp stories, Friday the 13th. What other movies they have? Oh man, so many movies of the camping. I can't even think right now. But there she is. Sleepaway Camp. Return to Sleepaway Camp 2008. I have not seen this one. I need to catch up. Krampus, yeah, she's busy. You always see her at the horror conventions, man. She's a big horror fan, and she's done, there he is. There, look at that. So she's with what's his name, Joe Bob Briggs. Look at that. So she's always good for a conversation at the horror conventions, and always cool for it's cool that she's part of this movie too. But so it's cool that I just find that interesting how you can just kind of help out a little bit, help people. Reach their goals, and help me out too, because I'm figuring out what I kind of want to do and how do I want to go by it. But what's we got? Oh, so this past week on Side by Side, we're gonna switch in topics from CJ producer to CJ podcaster. We did. It was. So I want to say we hadn't did Side by Side like in almost 2 months, and we had things happen. I mean, things happen. Like we just hadn't had time. We hadn't had a free night to kind of do it for Ben and I to hang out. But last episode we did the Man from Toronto and The Gray Man, both Netflix movies, which got us to do 2 Hulu movies. And I was thinking about these 2 movies they're just Hulu movies, and they're not really have a lot in common that we did this week. But the Man from Toronto and The Gray Man episode, it was more of us just hanging out and catching up. And I thought that was great. We talked about the movies a lot, and we talked about them enough. But I enjoyed like catching up with him, seeing how he's doing, talking to him. We're just kind of kicking it. So I got those episodes coming. I got about 5 episodes I'm about to release on the YouTube on here, and we just kind of watch us hang out, kick it. That's what this whole episode about tonight is. I couldn't think of a title, so I was like, just kicking it, because that's really what I want to do. This is a show and tell show also. So, but we're doing Boss Level and Prey, and well, let's talk about these, because these are I enjoyed both these movies. I really did, especially when we started breaking down Boss Level, which I was thinking it was a parody, like gonna be a super bad parody. And if you shoot a movie well and you tell a good story, you have no problem, with people following it or liking it. I can't believe this movie, like. It's been out for 2 years, and I can't believe I passed on it. Like I did. I was like, I will catch up. I like Frank Grillo, but let's get into it. Boss Level 2020 TVMA mature audience, 1 hour 40 minutes. Action adventure comedy. Trapped in a time loop that consistently repeats the day of his murder, a former special forces agent must unlock the mystery behind his untimely demise. Director John Carnahan. Writers Chris Boré, Eddie Boré, and John Carnahan. Stars Frank Grillo, Mel Gibson, Naomi Watts. Damn, give it up to Mel Gibson for this one though, man. There's the kind of the boss guy, the villain. Like he was really good. And one thing I like about this movie, Boss Level, was where did I get this off? All right, cool. I'm over here talking about the movie. I can't even show you. One thing over here about Boss Level, that Frank Grillo is also a producer on this movie. So I like that he had a lot to do with it and how he wanted it to be like portrayed per scene. But I mean, it's kind of cool. Even on this the movie poster, you see a few like him going through like a progression here, which is a pretty good little indication of what the movie's like. It has the one thing I will say, kind of does have the video game quality to it, but there's a lot of cameos in it. It's not like that though. There's a lot of people, a lot of famous people in this movie, and a lot of little cameos, which I was just kind of like, that's cool. Like this is a Hulu movie. I mean, it just kind of sucks. I like the hard media there, and if I can't if I can't hold or buy it, just kind of lets me go. Let's see. They're Netflix. The Gray Man is better than The Man from Toronto, in my opinion. They are spending so much money. Praise the winner in those two. Oh yeah, for sure. Not really comparing them as in which one's better. Where sometimes like when we did Clerks 2, when we found out it was a continuation, we are like, oh, well, it's not really versus. It's more of a keep going, and that's how we kind of do the show. But the Man from Toronto, I gotta say, I did not think I was gonna like it. Like I like Boss Level, and I kind of was like, I went out open minded, and the first 5 minutes of The Man in Toronto, I was like, oh man, it's Kevin Hart, kind of all over the place. But then I started really giving into the character, getting into like the whole like, cause it's big budget. It's got a good everything. The way they shot it, the way they tell a story. JW, you're perfect for this. You saw Gray Man too, so we'll jump into that. But The Man from Toronto, it progressively gets better, and the way it ends, I enjoyed the ending. So I was like, man, that was really, 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 really good. Opposed to what I thought it was gonna be. Where we ended, where I started, completely different. The Gray Man, I liked it. I love Ryan Gosling. I freaking loved Chris Evans as what's his name, Lloyd, like just the psychopath, the balance to Skeletor to He-Man kind of thing. But okay, now hear me out here. Hear me out. Isn't Gray Man just a retelling of Commando? I feel like it has Commando written in there. All there. Commando, ex-CIA agent, gets John Matrix get pushed into like forced into doing a job he doesn't want to do because they take his daughter, and he has to go and find the villain, the equal villain of him, which is Bennett, and then he has to go fight like the person in charge, the main baddie, or like the main bad guy, but the main baddie's Bennett, and then he does it basically. Well, he gets kind of messed up, but basically without a scratch. There's a show off. There's a final fight at the end. I feel like it's Commando. He assists. He needs to assist. I'm sorry, no spoilers here. I'm trying not to ruin the movie, but he gets assistance from a female counterpart who's, except for Commando, she Ray Don Chong. She's more of a learning kind of. She's just assistant. Where this one and the Gray Man, Anna de Armas. She's a badass too. But I think it's very. You gotta hear me out, J Dubs. I think it's very, very Commando. I was looking at this like, I've seen this movie before. Not to say that it's the same exact movie, and not to say that it's the same or compare. I'm just like, if we were to compare those two movies, I feel they'd be similar. I feel like they're not twins, but like they're cousins. If it is Commando, it makes it worse because Commando is much better. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, even the way, like I said, like the characters that they have in Commando, like even the villains, like I don't know, man. I didn't realize until the comedians started making fun of 80s movies like Rambo and Commando, and that they're like, they fire like these henchmen fire like thousands of bullets at them and they don't get hit once, and they fire like 10 bullets and they hit everybody. Like, is it really that bad? Or even like, I don't know, Die Hard's not really like that. A little bit, but I mean, John McClane's more clever and he breaks the rules, so I'll let, kind of let that slide. But I want to say, if you compare the Gray Man and Commando, pretty close, pretty close. But we'll see about that. We'll see what JW thinks. I did, man. Commando's a great movie. I love it. Loved it watching when I was growing up. Now, I did talk about Prey on End of the Night with David Madsen when it first came out on Hulu. We watched it, or he watched it and I watched it. But man, Prey, it's a great it's a great movie from beginning to end. The way it's told, the production value is good, story's good. It's intertwined still with the Predator franchise. What was I gonna say about it? I just found out because of Ben that they actually have the Comanche dialect dub, so you can get them there where the Comanches are speaking Comanche. I guess. I'm sorry, I'm not well versed in Native American culture. I mean, just besides the stereotypes that we see here in America. But outside of the, I don't know what the actual language they're speaking, but I know you can dub it to that. So Ben had shared with me. But I'll say that I like that movie a lot. I've technically seen it 4 times, but I'll play it in the background. And there's just certain scenes there with the Predator and the way they show it, the way they expose, they slowly start showing them off. It's a great Great movie. If you haven't seen Prey, I say check it out. If you haven't seen Boss Level, give it a chance. You'll like the cameos if you're into pop culture, and it's just it's a great time. It is what it is, and I'm not saying it's the best movie. I'm not saying it's the worst movie. I'm not saying watch it to make fun of it, and I'm not saying it's Sharknado. I'm saying it's a good movie, good well up. If like myself, where I didn't, Man from Toronto, Boss Level, I might eventually watch those movies, but having shows that kind of forced me to watch them, like not really. I mean, we don't watch them. I don't have a show, so so I like watching movies. I enjoy watching movies. I mean, a matter of fact, I actually bought. Well, no, I like books too. I bought this book. It's called Smart and Get Things Done, because I kind of trying to clean things up, but just got like a nerdy way of it's just how to tackle like a daily task. But I still buy hard media, and look what I got: City Sneakers 2 on VHS. Got it for $1.99. I love this movie. It taught me. City Sneakers 1 taught me. Oh no, City Sneakers 2 taught me something. And the person. Hey, what's up, Amy? There we go. Harlow's Hunt. Actress, producer, filmmaker. Your movie's right here. There you go. Amy Rolson. Thank you for being here tonight. Just talking about movies like always. Let's bring up City Slickers 2, because I've got to meet John Lovitz with Ben. We did a meet and greet online, and it was pretty cool getting to meet him. And I don't know. I didn't fanboy out, but I kind of thought it was funny when him and Ben they have a little moment, and I was kind of like, hey, this is funny, man. But check it out. Here we go. We have City Slickers 2. Here we go. City Slickers 2, The Legend of Curly's Gold. 1994, PG-13, 1 hour, 56 minutes. Comedy Western. 1 year after their first adventure, Mitch Robbins and his friends discover a treasure map that belonged to their late trail guide, Curly, and they set out to discover its secrets. Director Paul Wainlin. Writers Lowell Gons and Babalu Mandel. Billy Crystal. Stars Billy Crystal, Jack Palance, Daniel Stern, and the lovable John Lovitz is in this. This movie, as is funny, because a couple of city boys going out to the country doing some cattle herding, but the stuff they get into is funny. I like it's also because a lot of dialogue and a lot of interaction and a lot of I guess culture shock or off, just looking at things different from a different point of view. One thing I learned from City Slickers, they have a conversation where they talk about recording VHSs in your VCR, and it's like even for like just it's a little, I don't want to say ahead of the time or something, but it's just it's like a common conversation that people might be having, might not be having about electronics. And basically the conversation is they're talking about recording this is like TiVo. He's basically pre-doing TiVo, where he's saying Billy Crystal, or no, yeah, they're having a conversation about that you don't have to be there to record. No, you set the timer and you record it and you go. And it's the VHS. And he's like, oh, and all you need is, and I did that as a kid. I took out the jack and I put it in the VCR. I put because at that time they're advanced enough where the VCRs had picked up channels. So if it was like channel 29, I would just put on channel 29 or channel 14 and then put the timer and hit record. The thing I found out was about AM PM. I found that out. I was like, oh, I got to pay attention to that. It's just like an adult still, misspelling stuff and figuring things out on my own. But doing the AM PM and then recording like X-Men animated series, recording just certain things, Power Rangers at certain times, or Batman. I wanted to watch them and then rewatch them, but I learned it from there. They talk about it. He's like, yeah, you just plug it in. Like I want to say Daniel Stern is telling Mitch. And what is Daniel Stern's character's name? Harry? Oh, no, that's from Billy. That's from Home Alone. Phil. And they're having a conversation there, and I was like, man, that's cool. And I watched. You learn from movies if you can. Don't do what movies do. But I just thought that was like I was a kid, and I was like, no way, because I'd already kind of been recording, and I didn't know you can do that. And they kind of tell us that there. But yeah. So where are we at now? We keep rolling. We keep cruising. Let's see what. Oh, well, I did I did go to an event this weekend, which was pretty cool. Kind of, it was fun. I had a great time. And because of the event, I found out a friend of mine needed some help, and I helped them out yesterday. Yesterday was a full, like, I guess I did production in the morning and then directing at night. I directed. I like directing a lot. I really do. I had a good time. It's also because a friend was very receptive and being very, I guess I'll say, in the moment, able to adapt. And I was like, man, I was impressed. I was more impressed with his performance than with my directing, but I thought I did a pretty good job. But just sitting there spending time with him, he was doing an audition tape. And I was like, dude, if you need help, I'll go, man. I'm like 0-14. Like I'm figuring this out. And but I do direct. I make my own movies. I'm an actor, figure it out. But sitting there and directing them, what do you call it? It was a great time. You're a good egg. Helping friends is noble, and I would not expect any less. Oh, thanks, brother. That's credibility right there. JW, give me some. I'll take that as a compliment. He's a good guy. When a good guy calls a good guy, that's a good time. But I'll say we put some time into it. I had to strictly put my head director and not go as an actor or anything else. I was like, all right, I'm just here. How can I help him out? What can I do? One thing I was impressed with myself was I was able to break down the script for him to understand it better, if that makes any sense. I helped him because you get a script and you gotta figure it out. He helped me out because he did his research and he knew the character, how he had created the character already. So all I had to do was just step in and have him bring it out. That's all we had to do. So we figured out, and it took time, but man, just working at it. Like the thing I did in the morning was basically stage production for a friend. I helped them set up their setup, like lights, camera. I assembled a bench too. I like doing that stuff. It was nothing, but we did a bench and background and whatnot, and that took I timed it. It only took an hour and 17 minutes to get to really get started and to get everything up and running. But then the cleaning and putting and then designing, because we assembled things and then designing where the layout was going to be. That's where I was like, okay, that's what we're doing. But that was more like just muscle things, like get the Allen Ranch, put that together, get this board here, put this, just this, how's the lighting, how's that? Like I like doing that. That was more like set design, or more, yeah, it was more set. I was doing set design in the morning, and then just kind of building it's a podcast environment. This is my environment, just taking time, putting things together. I didn't really plan on doing this. You tend to be a hoarder. I was watching an episode of Hoarders the other day, and it was the top 3 hoarders. So it was just 3 people that you got to watch, and I was like, damn, hoarders are unorganized collectors. That's basically what they are. And then a collector is an organized hoarder. If you can make it look nice, I guess it works for you. But I don't know. Yeah, I got my stuff right here. You can't really see it, but yeah. But I'm finding out. I was watching Hoarders. I was like, oh, I better not overdo it. But to each their own. Live your life. That's what I liked about the first one. She was like, this is my life and I want to live it. Leave me alone. And I was like, yeah, leave her alone. Not to mention she was 60 or 70. Like, why? Just leave her alone. What do you call it? But going in there and then doing the set, building everything together was I had a great time. And then going to my friend's house, and it was, thing I liked about it is I got there and we got comfortable, just, hey, what's up, but then we went straight at it. It was like the equivalency of having to do an all-nighter and then acing the exam the next day. You literally study up until, I didn't ever do an all-nighter. I just, whatever, the grade, I roll the dice. The grade is what it is. Whatever I learned in class is whatever I learned in class. But I did a few, so I know how it feels, but I wasn't I can't do this. I'd rather just study little by little. I'd rather not try to cram it all at once and see if I could. But that's what it felt like. I've seen study groups where they just get together and they just get hack at it. Sorry, I'm getting blown up over here. What's going on here? Oh, whoa. Oh, my other job stuff related. Sorry, I thought it was for me. It was someone else. Anyways, but watching what was I going with that? Sorry, doing the design. Going straight to work. We went straight into it, and I don't know. I like the compliment he gave me when we messaged, be like, yeah, yo, we did good. We should do something else and work on some other things. And then he was like, the compliment was like, man, thanks. I can tell a difference. So I'm assuming he did record himself. Like I knew he recorded himself, but I didn't get to see it. But he saw it and then saw it. And he said there was a huge difference on what he submitted and what he had. And I think it's a pretty role for him. Like it was like, yeah, I mean, he took it super serious. He memorized the lines. I mean, I learned from him just as an actor myself. I was like, because I have the playful CJ side and I have the serious CJ side. And the serious CJ side lives on set, lives on stage. I keep him there just because that's where he needs to be. I don't need to be serious all the time. But you could be responsible, get your things done, but you don't have to be like, instead, got time. You gotta be on. Everybody's gotta be on the same page. You gotta devote your time. But that was one of my friends that's also a comedian. So we went out on Friday night, him and another friend of ours, and we got to watch Dave Attell. So if you're a comedian and you like a guy that just says anything, or like just a guy goes everywhere. I remember Dave Attell stand up from like the late '90s and the 2000s because he was on Comedy Central a lot, and he had a show on Comedy Central called Insomniac. So let's go do a little further researching, because I gotta say, from just watching a performer, watching Dave Attell tell jokes was amazing. So here we go. So there's a show, Insomniac. Damn, I should have bought it. I forgot. I didn't even know there were. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, Comedy Central. I used to stay up late because this show didn't come on till like midnight. I remember just watching it. I mean, look at him. He's literally going around town like just like that's. It's like he has a disposable camera, so it's kind of like an iPhone, but in this photo right here. But it's a disposable camera, and he just would go around and party, drink, interview people, do stand up. It was like kind of the stuff I would do. I just wasn't funny. It's like, But I thought there was. I thought his stand up was amazing. Excuse me, let me get some of my juice. Talking does parch the mouth and the tongue, and you get tired. But yeah, he was amazing. One of my friends, right before he went on stage, he said it was kind of funny. Like, oh, where'd I go? It was kind of legend has it, kind of one of those things. Like, legend has it, every time Dave Attell opens his mouth, it's funny, or it's a joke, and that joke's always funny. I don't know. Watching him tell stories and jokes, and they're just very fluid, going through everything, and the way he was just quick with everything. Our table is actually kind of dead center on like the top part, so we weren't at the reserved bottom part, but we were up a little bit, and so you could see right at us. And the guy next to me got picked on by him a lot, like, and I was just like, whoa! And the lights, I don't know the lights, but he did turn them up a little bit, but you can see us, and it was fun. He was just looking at us, talking to the guy next to us, and I wasn't part of it, but I just thought the fact that he was constantly ripping and doing stuff, just learning what a real performer looks like. So I saw a quote from him, and I was like, let me take a quote because this is funny. This is a good quote. I have an imagination because my life is so boring that my imagination lets me get off the reality of what's going on. Dave Attell. I gotta say, great quote. It stays in imagination, then, because reality can be kind of ugly. I mean, it's okay in imagination land, but it's up to you. You can control that. I like that. I like this quote. When I read it, when I was looking for a quote, I was like, man, this is awesome. Another quote of Dave Attell is I wanted to talk about it real quick. Also, let's share this. I have another quote here that he shared before we get there, but man, that was funny. Like just doing research on a comedian that you like. Dave Attell is an American stand-up comedian, actor, writer, best known as the host of Comedy Central's Insomniac with Dave Attell, which earned him a cult following. His work has drawn admiration from many comedians. Yeah, he's from New York. He's from Queens. Stand-up, television, film. Genre is blue comedy, insult comedy, black comedy. Wow, I need to get more on my. I didn't even know there was sections. I mean, everything has its own genres, right? Within its own genres. Notable works: he was a writer for SNL from '93 to '94, a writer for the Jon Stewart Show from '90 to '95. So he was doing back to back. The Ugly American on The Daily Show, host of Insomniac, a host of Gong Show with Dave Attell, and Frank in Pootie Tang. Oh yeah, he has a yes man. Oh, he has like a yes man character, which I will be playing pretty soon. And you'll be seeing it on my social medias of a legend of a chupacabra. I have a featured extra, so you'll see me. Like I said, I don't know, we'll see. But I'm a yes man. He actually had lines, and he's a character in the movie. Mine's just gonna be a. But hey, it's how you get started, right? No small parts. But cool thing is, I got to get his signature. You rock hard, CJ. You rock hard. It was great, and I got to take a photo with him. And that's Ian and Casey. They're I guess Ian is touring with Dave, and Casey's a local comedian here in Austin. And I've teched a few of her shows at my theater that I work at, and I got to see her. I don't know, her show was longer and more like she really like put more into it, and she did such a great performance. It was awesome. Ian, I like the way Ian came out with his stand up as well, where he was slowly revealing stuff, which was funny, which was super funny, and very honest too, which was really good for comedy. But he also said, "I like the Misfits," so I got this shirt made, Misfits with my face. So I got it. And if you look at the top, I guess would be left or top right. See, there's a little mark. I tried to get him to sign the shirt, but actually Terry was the one that told me that shirts are hard to sign. So I guess we got to find a marker. My goal is to find a marker that you can write on shirts that doesn't have that issue. You see, it looks like a smudge, but then it wasn't working. But yeah, that's what we did Friday night. I had a great time. It was, just laughing. I can't. Just constantly laughing, and then being with your friends, and then they're laughing too, and people next to you are just laughing. It's like, it's funny. It's like I love that. Like, I don't know if everybody there is a Dave Attell fan or who was there. I love that I got to see. I saw a lot of open micers there. I didn't do any stand up tonight. I didn't have time. Two of my jobs ran late today, so I didn't have time to get down there. But I haven't gone up, so I need to get up. I need to get on stage. But I have some material I've been working with, so I need to get up there next Monday. Hopefully, will I be in town next Monday? I think I'll be in town. I'm not gonna be in next. No, wait. I think I should be. I think I switched. I have a trip coming up that I like, a work thing. If I only have Monday nights available to kind of do an open mic, so I'm still working on it, still practicing, still enjoying it. I got some stuff working with it, but that's how you get started. I like what Les Brown says. You don't have to be good to get started, but you do have to start to get good. And that's a great quote. I got 17 minutes left. I don't know if I have 17 minutes of material left, but we'll just keep going because I do have material on here. And since what did I call this episode? Because that was the whole, let's kick it, because I chose the title. So we're just hanging out. We're kicking it. Let's see. Okay. Well, it is winding down. Here we go. Like I said, seasons, let me give that other David Tell quote, which I just got to find it real quick. It's not hard. I have it right here. But it is funny. Like, I was like, wow, that makes it's a funny quote. Actually, to be quoted saying that, I think is funny. Where is it at? Here it is. Here we go. Let me bring you in on this, because that's not my quote, so I don't want to get in trouble, nor do I want to, have to give out credibility. So here it's right here. What's the two things they tell you are healthiest to eat? Chicken and fish. You know what you should do? Combine them. Eat a penguin. Dave Attell. That's funny. And also on my audience. All right. So let's move on. I was saying it is seasonal time. I'm getting back to cooking. I like the fall, maybe that seasonal up energies in me right now. But lately been cooking. So a couple nights ago did some salmon, some broccoli, mashed potatoes, and corn. Double starch. Had more broccoli than that, but I'm a broccoli guy, because today I just had broccoli soup. Has anybody had broccoli soup before? I didn't even know this is a thing. It's basically potato and broccoli, and you could put some bacon and cheese if you like. But that's broccoli. That's not my photos, but broccoli soup, man. I never thought. I eat broccoli a lot, and I enjoy broccoli, but I never know there was a soup, and I love it. So I don't know, broccoli soup. I say give it a try. Look it up, but try to make it. It's really good. Also, what I had is a BLT. Look at that. It looks like an alien. I was making this BLT, and I was like, this thing kind of looks like an alien there. It's got like the eyes, and it's kind of got the mane, and it's got the what are those mandibles? It's got, it just kind of does like the BLT alien. I like that. All right. Well, and also, I guess that's it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut this episode short because I got some other stuff I still gotta do before I go to bed, and I don't want to stay up too late. I got about an hour left before I crash out. But yeah. Well, thank you for hanging out with me on my Manic Mondays, the movies and mental health show, where we just kind of figure out what's going on with us in this whole grand scheme of life and movies. My Manic Media has been, I guess, directing lately. I've been, I gotta say, does that count? Because I'm getting ready, which is also pretty cool. We're getting ready to film certain just small sketch stuff and small little scenes. But I feel like I'm kind of massaging that director part of me, that director brain. I think I'm starting to get it a little bit more in tune, so to speak. But yeah, looking forward to that. And yeah, that's all I really got. Because I've been hanging. J Dubs hanging out with me. Amy said hi. This is pretty cool. But we're done. JW and Amy, thank you for stopping by. And man, for the most part, it's just I want to talk about the mental health thing. What maybe we should. I'm putting together some videos that I'll be posting on my YouTube, so we can come back to those. And but yeah, just I've been doing some practices. I always try to stay calm and work on breathing. Always work on breathing, on meditating. It's a good thing for just your body for the day. Another thing I've been doing is since it is fall and I'm technically counting September Halloween. I'll say, what's up, guys? What up? Drunken Turkey in the house. That's these guys. I wonder who they got on this week, man. They've been killing it lately. Remember, y'all, like and subscribe. Drunken Turkey. You want to see some three of my hometown friends just kind of hang out with the weird and unusual. They like to go down some holes, and I've been on there twice already. It's cool. They had me come back, shared some stuff with them, and the acting process and whatnot. But yeah, like I'll share this meme with you, Drunken Turkey. This is how much I love. I don't know whose meme this is, so it might get taken down. But everyone sucks that summer's ending. Me. Yes, I do. I do like the fall. So my Manic Media definitely would be. I've been listening to a lot of Wendigo and Skinwalker stories, but just audio. And there's a few I don't even know exactly. I think it's called Mr. Midnight. And it plays like sound effects, like they dub some things in there. There's some Foley. It kind of brings you in the environment, but it's just this, man. It's so crazy how I'm having this topic at the end of the show, and then the Drunken Turkey shows up. Like I didn't talk about this the whole episode until you showed up. Fall is the bear season, the best season. Oh yeah, I would say beer season 2 works. Yeah, I love it. I love going into it. Summer's hard for me. It's just a sense I just not a big summer guy, but I've learned to adapt to it. And I wear shorts these days, so I go outside. Listening to those shows or those audio tapes or whatnot. Oh, I'm also listening to audiobooks. So that's something new I've been doing. That's my Manic Media. I'll get that going next episode. But I'll say that listening to those stories and I think it's helped me kind of create like my own stories or work on my own things, or it's helping me just kind of think of a little bit different ways of how to tell a story. I never really thought I'd like audiobooks. Like I knew I'd like be into it, but I never thought like it would click. Because I feel like when you read something and when you hold it in your hands, where I got a book here. Where did I put the Clerks 3? Where did I put you? Oh. When you feel like when you hold something in your hands. Oh, here you are. Like I've been using this kind of little Bible for me right now, the Clerks 3 script. I got this because I went on the tour. But I just, it's what Kevin Smith wrote. So I use this to kind of help me figure out how to get better at writing, I guess. But as I'm listening to those stories, I'm sorry, I was saying like reading, I feel like it kind of digs more in my brain, but I'm finding out that it's just anything, just getting it in the brain is what's helping me out. And audiobooks, I'm gonna recommend them. I'm gonna say if anybody out there likes audio or thought about listening to audiobooks, just jump in them. Amazon, I'm not in a hurry to get things, so I'll do the 2-day delivery or the week delivery from Amazon, and they give you credits. And I have a lot of audio credits, so I've been buying a lot of audiobooks just because I have a lot, and I guess they're free, or I don't know. It just says you get. Well, I guess I could use them. I don't know if there's expiration date or whatnot. I haven't really looked, but I've been listening to some audiobooks and I gotta say, I honestly did not think I was gonna get into them as much as I have. I mean, but I'm also getting this late into the vinyl record game, so that's one thing that I enjoy now is my vinyl records. But audiobooks are into it now. I'm into it. Yeah, I like it. It's in a sense, I do want to say the two audiobooks I'm listening to right now are more autobiographies, so they're more told in the first person. So it is kind of more like a vlog or a podcast, where I feel like if I just had a straight up nonfiction audiobook, I feel like it would be more of the telling of the story. I'd get. I don't know if I gotta listen, I guess, more, and see if it really stick. But I do notice that the audiobiographies are a lot easier for me because I mean, also to the creator, it's like the people who make them are it's in their voice, and it's usually people I follow or somebody that I've seen on or not even social media, just from when I was a kid. I have an audiobook of someone from the early 90s, and as I'm listening to them, I'm like, oh, I can hear their voice going through the telltale of their version of their story or their side. And as I'm listening to it, I'm like, you can work on it, but it just feels so more natural. I think it's easier for me to stick to my head, to stick to my brain, stick to what I'm learning, because I feel like I tried it before. Back in the day when they had when MP3 came out, I remember I tried doing some audiobooks, and maybe just my attention span wasn't there yet. I was only like 20, or maybe I was just, I don't know, but I'm into them. So if you want any recommendations, or just like on the media, not really an audiobook, for my Manic Media this week, I'd say give an audiobook a chance. Then I think I would, like I said, and not think I would like them, and I'm kind of praising them right now. After multiple friends and family had suggested for me for years, they'll be like, you should listen to this audiobook. This is audiobook. I was like, now I'm just like, and it took me a little going in a rabbit hole in my on my phone through the Amazon app, and then kind of finding a book that I was like, I would listen to this, and it said play for free, and I was like, okay, and there it was. I just kind of followed the instructions, and that was it. It was easy, like 2 or 3 clicks. They want you to spend money anyway, so. But yeah, I'd say give them a shot, and then that's it. So we're gonna end up. I got to 53 minutes, not bad. Let's end this bad mama jamma. I feel like I had a good episode with JW here. But where we at now? Let's say this guy. I got nothing left. I got nothing left in the tank, and I got about a quarter left of this juice left. So let's get it done. But yeah, we'll see what's going on. I have reached out to some guests, so let's see who I can snag for the next couple episodes. I want trying to get as many as I can for October, Halloween, and then we do have could I even get anybody on Halloween? How hard would that be to have somebody come on the show on Halloween Monday? It's gonna be. He's still there, J-Dub. Hey, he's still hanging out. He's still hanging with me, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, you got me. Help me get the 54 minutes and still the drunken turkey. Thanks everybody. Well, like I said, broccoli soup. Give it a chance. If you get a chance, try some broccoli soup. My BLTs look like aliens in a way, if you look at it in this angle. And audiobooks for my Manic Media. Give it a shot. I'm just going to wait for 55 minutes, so in 20 seconds, I'll be logging off. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me tonight. This makes it all worthwhile when even just one person's here with me, or nobody. I like it. This is fun. This is cool. Talking movies. I am catching up on South Park, so when I finish the news streaming whatever, I'll probably talk about it. But you too, JW, you have a good week. Everybody have a great week. So let's start this week off with a bang. Brandon, we'll look into that broccoli soup. I'm telling you, the way it's potato. I'm gonna hit 56 potato, and you had the potato and the bacon and like the croutons. It's broccoli heavy, but it's got potato in it. But it's good. Check it out, Brandon. Soups are you gotta learn how to cook soups. They're amazing. They help you out a lot. They're healthy. But everybody, well, thank you for hanging out tonight on My Manic Mondayz, where movies and mental health meet. I'm your host, CJ Robles, and I'll catch you next week. And everybody, let's start making this a spooktacular Halloween or October. Peace.